All right, man. Check one, two, three. All right. Let's see. Are we live? So we got two of the platforms on. Let's wait till we get all four. Oof. There's three. Come on, one more. Uno. One more, man. Ugh. Come on, one more. I need Twitter to come up. Ugh, where we go? Yo, what's going on, man? What is going on? No. I remember who you are, man. Thank you so much for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. I'm waiting for like one more streaming I'm waiting for Twitter to come on here, but Twitter's not showing up for some reason. That's a little bit odd. No, man. Thank you for coming on here, man. I appreciate it. What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ, where we don't just do play by play, we also do podcasts as well. And if you're new to my channel, as always, be sure to hit the like button. To be sure to subscribe as well. Be sure to also hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either go live or when I upload a video or a highlight video for Sixers, Flyers, Patriots, or for the Phillies. All right, so I wanted to just come on here. I mean, I'm obviously going to get to your thoughts in a second, but I wanted to come on here because I know it's been a little bit of time since I've talked about the Flyers, and I do have some like interesting guests that I'm trying to get on. I was actually supposed to get one person on tonight. He was one of my friends who like loves Flyers hockey, but we have to unfortunately reschedule. But look, I wanted to just come on here. What's going on, Magic 44? What's going on? Uh, what's going on, Gamer Man? Everything's going really well. I've just been like, the thing is that when I'm like watching this team, some of the time, and I've been, I haven't really been watching too much of them as of lately, to be honest with you. But here's what I know. Here's what I know. I feel like this future is actually pretty bright now for the Flyers. Let's think about it for a second. Okay, step one, you got rid of Chucky. Chucky is gone, right? Chuck is gone, and you have Danny Briere now. And it really seems like that even just from media press conferences, that there is this new breath of fresh air. There's this sort of vibe. Like I kind of wish that I had some quotes. I had some stuff that was written down and I can't find it for some reason. But just the tone that he sets every single time he gives a press conference, I feel comfortable. I feel like he is more of like an honest person, with the media, and he's very trustworthy, and he just knows what he's doing in that position. And it's so funny to me the change that was just made at the top, because that is absolutely huge and that is where it starts. I've said to so many people time and time again that in order to get better as an organization, it starts from the top. It always does. And I think that the minor moves that he made at the trade deadline have made this team better, and their future actually looks even brighter. Look, they did not trade away JVR. That was obviously a really big thing that they tried to do in the offseason. Okay. Every time I see Rasmus Ristolainen or even, Travis Sanheim out there, I just keep thinking Chuck, 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 because that's all about him. It's all about, the contracts and all the trades and all that sort of stuff. We traded away our second round pick this year for Rasmus Ristolainen, So that doesn't really make me happy. So, but anyhow, I have a new set of eyes. And I think that because I kind of stepped away for a little bit, even like I've been watching them like behind the scenes and I've still been keeping up with, Flyers Talk podcast and all that sort of stuff. And I've been watching a lot, watching highlight videos and all that. I just feel like that with the young talent that they have now, okay, I don't know who's going to be a star, who's not going to be a star, but when you look at when you look at these guys like Nick Sealer, like when you look at Owen Tippett, when you look at these guys that have just come and have been a part of the team now, like Morgan Frost and these young guys that are just athletic and aggressive, and they bring grit to the team. And you see how John Tortorella treats them, as if like they're his own, like, I don't want to say like children, but like in a sense that he is trying to get the best out of everybody. I think that now that we have a system intact, and we never had that before. And unfortunately, from John Tortorella's perspective, when he came in, he knew that this was going to be a mess that he had to clean up. And we know that early on, he's talked a whole lot about Danny Briere and didn't really mention a whole lot of Chuck in the beginning, especially because it just seemed like he really liked Briere. And I can see why everything is working out now. Okay, they went on a 7-game losing streak. Okay, they don't have somebody to build around except for Carter Hart, if you will. But at the same time, I think that with the talent that they have now, with the Owen Tippetts out there, with the Cutter Gauthiers, and like all that sort of stuff, I just feel like that they have a brighter future. I do. And tonight's game, I didn't watch it, to be honest with you, because I was doing a Phillies game. But look, Tippett had 2 goals, right? Not even just that, but Adam Ginning got his first start tonight. I've been hearing a lot of great things about Adam Ginning, and I kind of wanted to see him out there on the ice. And I'll probably have to, listen in and figure out how he did. But it's just funny to me because while they've had so many rookies, and Jordan Hall, a guy that, writes for the Flyers, that does a lot of stuff for the Inquirer, stuff like that. He he even tweeted out that he's that he's even like, what was it? Oh man, why did I lose it? Did I lose it? I lost it. Ugh. Yeah, Adam Ginning is the 14th Flyer to make his NHL debut over the last 2 seasons. I think that that's absolutely crazy. But anyhow, so I don't know. I just feel like that there is just this vibe out there that's just kind of like a little bit down on this team. And I don't really know if all of this needs to be a downer, because they've already started making moves and it starts from the top. And I, for once in my life, I actually feel very good with the direction that they're moving in. I do. I trust everybody that's up front. I've seen Bobby Clark and all these other guys that have been in the front office. I've seen them take a step back. I understand that. But I'm proud. And sometimes, like, when you have these guys that have been there for a while, it takes a man to do that. So, I don't know. I just think that we kind of have to cool the jets a little bit, Flyers Twitter, and we have to kind of sit back and think to ourselves, we are going through a really big change right now. And we have a lot of picks coming up in the draft, right? We have 7 picks. Or sorry, we have 9 picks out of the 7 rounds. I think that that's great, even though we lost the second round one. Also, I think we lost the third round one too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So I just I don't know, man. I really feel like that when I look at this team now, I just feel like that there's a lot of bright spots. I don't know if Owen Tippett is going to be a star in this league. I'm not telling you that he is, but whenever I do watch him play, I love the physicality. I love what he's able to do, like, on the forecheck and, like, all that sort of stuff. He's also really good on the power play. Tortorella has been really tough on him, and he has done a whole lot to battle through the adversity, you know, that he's dealt with, and I like that. I think that that says a lot about his character, and I think that he brings a lot of, energy to the team, and he can be a spark, you know? So, I can see him getting 30 goals in a season. I think that that's reasonable. I don't know if he's a star yet, though. I just have to wait and see for myself. But I kinda wanna cool the jets a little bit. I wanted to really just come on here and just say, like, let's just cool down a little bit, Flyers Twitter, because we have to acknowledge that with all these changes that have been happening ever since the trade deadline, we're actually in the best position that we've been in a very long time. And yes, you can argue that the bubble year, that we did really well in the playoffs and we had a good season there and people felt good, but that was like false optimism because those people that have said like when the Phillies went on that hot run in August a couple of years ago, like that was the same thing. It was this false optimism. This is different. And I'm not telling you that they're going to go out there and be a playoff team next year. But what I am telling you is that they're starting from the top. And now I see the scouting department is changing their philosophies. I see that, I see that Breer's bringing in his guys and Chuck's guys are out. And there's a lot of new faces that are making decisions. And I can't ask for anything better. And that is because of you guys, the fans. You have made this happen. And you should be really proud of yourselves because eventually, I'll tell you what, in 2 to 3 years, I think we're going to see a better product out there on the ice. But I want to get to your comments too, as always, down below, because that's what I like to do on here. But I really just like wanted to come on for about 15 minutes or so and just let you guys understand that it's not all just bad stuff with the Flyers, because I think that there's a lot of good things that are going on behind the scenes, and I just trust Danny Briere moving forward. I know that he knows what he's doing. Um, he's been saying that he wants to get younger, and he wants to go after guys that are wings and get some more offense out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's awesome, and I'm really proud. All right, so let's get to what you guys have to say. I d- I did be I followed you on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you. I appreciate that. What that bad for the Flyers? What's that bad for the Flyers? I mean everything. Um, but I mean well, according to a lot of people, it's everything. But I really think that now they're in a spot where they can finally get out of this funk. You know, like they don't have to just be stuck in the middle all the time. There's teams that figure out ways to go down and figure out how to regroup and rebuild their franchise. There's been a lot of teams that have figured that out. It's not just in the NHL. It goes across all sports. And the Flyers, unfortunately, just haven't found that groove. They never gave Claude Giroux any sort of help. It goes back to all of that. And to be honest with you, I think we all know that if Claude Giroux like was in a bigger market like LA or New York, his career would have been completely different. And the fact that he stayed so loyal to our fan base through the tough times that we've had, it says a lot about who he is. But it's such a disgrace. And now we're kind of seeing that with Joel Embiid, which is kind of funny in a sense. Like, while they've been trying to give him help, if you will, I don't think it's enough. But making this back Flyers related, I just wanted to come on here because I felt the need to just talk about this team a little bit. I know it's been a while. I know I haven't talked about them since the trade deadline. I am going to have a couple of guests coming on within the next couple of weeks. And again, I apologize that my person that I was supposed to have come on tonight, he was just a friend of mine. Um, he wasn't able to come on, but we have to reschedule, and I will get him to come on. I just really find it funny that we're, so disappointed still about this franchise, you know, but I think that we have a lot of things to look forward to for sure. I also wanted to be sure to congratulate Brian Cooper. He's the producer of NBC Sports for Flyers broadcasts. Wanted to congratulate him on retiring and also Steve Coates as well. Loved listening to him with Tim Saunders on the radio. It's actually kind of funny because as a broadcaster, I know that they've had like their that that they've had their beef that they've settled like off the ice and all that sort of stuff. I've heard all the stories from Tim Saunders and everything like that. But the one thing that I learned is that while you can be butting heads with people, the chemistry that you portray on the air, like when you're matched, if you will, that can go a long way. And the one thing that I've learned from them is that chemistry at the end of the day does matter, and whether you do get along or not, like off the field, off the ice, off the air, as long as you're willing to be open and you're willing to commit to something, there can be a lot of magic. And I thought that those two always did a great job together. So congratulations to Brian Cooper and Steve Coates on an awesome retirement. Hopefully that goes really well. Rising Rhino, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for popping on here. As always, man, you've been very consistent, and I totally appreciate that so much from the bottom of my heart. The last thing I wanted to point out to, like really quickly, is so you see in the thumbnail, okay, there was a reason why I put an X on Carter Hart as a bright spot for the future. And it's maybe I took this a little bit out of context or like whatever. As much as I love Carter Hart, I'm sorry, if there is a good trade package out there where teams actually are willing to give up not just draft picks, but like some good quality young players and give back a haul for him, he's on the table. Now, that you can make the argument that everybody then should be on the table too, but if Carter Hart is your best piece and a team needs a goalie that is like, going to go really far in the playoffs, like they're a goalie away from winning a Stanley Cup. If you can get a haul back for him, he needs to be on the move. And I love Carter Hart. I love him so much. I think that what he does is incredible. I actually kind of find it sad that his blue line can't really help him out. Provorov and all those guys. Rasmus Ristolainen. Again, it goes back to Chuck. They have not done their end of the bargain. But I'm telling you that the reason why I put question marks next to him on the future is not because I don't believe in him, because I do, obviously. He's a stud. You see the saves that he makes, like saving these one-timer goals, and the fact that he doesn't really have a whole lot of help and a whole lot of offense. And because teams are, attacking more on the offensive zone, and he has to like deal with all of these plays and he has to try to make all these saves, it's absolutely incredible. I'm just saying that if you can get the right trade package for him, he needs to be on the block. Business is business. If it's going to make the team better for the future, this team's not going anywhere now. Why are we holding on to him if we can get a lot for him? That's my point. So, look, I wanted to thank you guys so much for coming on here. All right, we'll be back talking more about the Flyers in a little bit. I think it was actually kind of nice that they actually did end up getting the win tonight. I think that that's actually kind of fitting in a lot of ways. Um, it was their last game of their last home game of the regular season and all that sort of stuff. I'm in on this team for the future. I am. I just want things to get better, and I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but I trust the people that are behind this whole thing now, and I think that you should too. All right? We're going to sign off right now. All right? In case you guys are new to my channel, as always, this is Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. All right? We'll be back on tomorrow afternoon for a Phillies game. We'll be doing the Phillies Marlins series finale. And then we'll be back on Thursday for the Phillies Cincinnati Reds. That's the first game of a 4-game series. We might not be on Friday. And Saturday, we got Sixers playoffs. We have a whole lot to talk about with that. There's going to be a whole lot coming out on Saturday. And I'm so excited for you guys to see what's in store. All right. So that's gonna wrap things up here. I am back in action tonight. Yeah, man. Just talking about some Flyers hockey, because I have to give love to the team on the ice. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to pop in and send a like. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah. Um. Look, I will say this. Like the fact that I've been, sometimes I think to myself, like I know that I talk about that we've been doing this for 4 months, but man, like, the fact that it's been 4 months and we've gotten this far, I didn't expect that, and I'm truly grateful for this experience and for just you guys being on here and for giving me all this, uh, support and all these other grateful things. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, and I don't like to forget about that, and I know I probably say it a lot because I sound like a broken record, but man, like, you guys are a part of the community. That's really what this is. It's a community, it's a family of people, and maybe I'm just calling games or I'm doing podcasts, but I also really care about you guys. I think that the one thing about announcing, I'm gonna end it on this, and then I'm gonna get going. We both started in December. That's funny. The one thing that I'm gonna say is that I've always felt like when I was really young, like I wanted to kind of, be able to talk to Harry Callis, be able to talk to these guys like Bob Costas. And while you're doing play by play or you're doing your own show, I mean, well, yes, like when you're doing a radio show, like you can be talking to people like on the phone and that sort of stuff, but it's just different, And I've always felt the need of just being a communicator and a storyteller because I think that what makes a really good storyteller is not just somebody that just calls the action or calls things the way that they are, but shows their emotion. You know, that's really how I feel. And I'm proud. I'm really proud of everything that we've been building, and it's only going to get better. I've been really happy doing this, and that's the truth. Okay. So yeah, man. So Flyers hockey, man, they're going to be better next year. And again, we're going to get some guests on, and I apologize that we weren't able to get this one person on tonight. We have to reschedule that, and we will. It'll happen. I don't know when, but it will definitely happen. Listening to the best commentator would have stop making me blush. Y'all are funny. Yeah. Um. Yes. Okay. Well, I think that we're gonna wrap things up here. I know I've been going at it for about 24 minutes. I could probably talk to you guys all night long. We could talk more about the Flyers, but to be honest with you, I got to get some sleep. I actually have to film a game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and I still haven't even cut my highlights from tonight's game, and I don't even know how I'm going to do that. And I probably should do it because it's all fresh in my head, but We'll figure that out. It sounds like a tomorrow thing. But yeah, man. So thank you guys so much for coming on here. I really appreciate all the love and the support. Again, if you're new to my channel, we will be having some more Flyers content coming out during the off season, and I'm excited for you to see our guests that we're going to be having. And yeah, man. All right. So we're going to wrap things up now, and I will catch you all tomorrow for another game of Phillies baseball. It's actually supposed to be a really good day. Let's see if they can hit. Peace. Lila Tov.